What?
I can't believe you killed Mike.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I didn't have anything else.
You didn't expect to have to follow up?
No. I'm like Florian that way.
Alright. Hello, friends. Welcome to a time of adventure, dice, and escaping the trials the real world brings us. I'm here to make you feel things through imaginary characters and math rocks. All joking aside, this is first and foremost a safe place. Here we will all bear some part of our souls for the others to see, so things may get raw from time to time. What matters is that we all know and are willing to pump the brakes when the situation calls for it. Though hopefully it isn't necessary. This tale we're about to tell mainly dances along the lines of grimdark and the hero's journey. Adversaries may not be exactly as they seem, but not everything needs to end in a fight if you are resourceful. The world I bring you is cruel, but in the end, I care about the person on the other side of the screen more than the 20s and the 1s on the screen. I'm not a perfect DM, such a thing does not exist. I did check. I will make mistakes as surely as you will. If something doesn't seem right, we take a moment, we see how we can fix that wrong. I love you guys, let's get into the game.
Yay! All right. What happened
So,
last
game.
time?
Well, I
can
mean,
summarize
it
if
was...
nobody else wants to.
Go ahead.
All right. So last time on Scalesworn Saga, we enjoyed a nice time in Flair's portable bar. We had a meeting about the next steps and decided to go to Calistan for various reasons, including the library and the nightlife there. Doug sets up his wizard tower, which Cog didn't know he had. Cog comes over with flowers as a housewarming gift, and they have an awkward bonding session. Flair gives Yelsey a room for her smoked meats. It's also a portable room. Yelsey gives Flair a bracelet she made out of her hair, like a friendship bracelet, or like a family bracelet. And Flair tries to have the what are we discussion. Yelsey gets confused. She's ready to pull her shirt off immediately. Flair feels awkward. Yelsey pats his hand and promises to help with his virgin situation. Doug receives 2 skeletons and a cadaver for experimentation. Yelsey gives Cog a friendship bracelet, so I think that's everybody in the party now, and they all travel to the Oasis of Dusk. We're outside of the city, and there are no guards, which Flair noticed was weird.
You did enter the city proper.
Okay. We did end in the city proper.
Yes, because Yelsey got kebabs
That's right.
to distribute to her people.
Yelsey got
I'll feed all these
kebabs.
motherfuckers.
Exactly. Where would you be without Yelsey?
Right.
Oh, true. We wouldn't be able to take care of ourselves.
Exactly. Thankfully, you have Yelsey.
Thank God.
Yelsey is mother.
Yes.
Feeling a whole lot more than mother.
Shh.
Anyways, guys are enjoying your the meal that Yelsey has brought for you. When Blair comes back with a whole bunch of parcels for Yelsey, they had a nice discussion in Sylvan with a fox-eared fellow at the market. So he just sort of like has Yelsey open her little smokehouse and deposits everything that she wanted from that in there. And just sort of looks at everyone else, just like, well, I'm sure you didn't want to just be here to get the kebab. Let's say we spend the rest of the day on night here, and then we'll see about getting a mare sled in the morning. Yeah.
It sounds like
Is
a
Flare
wonderful
addressing
plan.
everyone?
Great. Well. Let's see. He sort of looks at you all. How is everyone dressed?
Sophia's way overdraft for the desert, but that's fine. She's used to it.
Doug is also way overdressed as typical of a wizard. If he doesn't have a robe, he's dead.
That's funny. Cognition is just, in his vest and shirt, but he's been looking around at the fashion. He wants to get his hands on some of that.
Aw. I want to look like the locals.
Yes.
Gabriel has a
Colored
question
jackets
for
are lovely.
Mistral.
Is Mistral here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I know that Mike and I had talked about what he was doing while I wasn't playing. I don't know if any of that happened.
Maybe we should go over what you were doing while you were sick.
Just sort of like what he would be doing to explain his absence from the party would be. And are we? Because I know you said that we were in the desert, the Oasis of Dusk. Is that not Calistan proper?
It's right. That's where Flare teleported you to. It's right outside the city.
Okay.
But you have entered the city proper.
Cool. Mistral, first thing he would have wanted to do would be to go try and speak to the Sultana. And would have said as much to the group, being like, I'm gonna go speak to the president here. I'm gonna go talk to the Sultana briefly before we leave the city. And would have taken off from there. And otherwise is like seeking information or guidance or wisdom, and might meditate for a bit and potentially try to like have some kind of vision or see something about the future, commune with the wind, sort of a deal.
You see your thing.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So we will say that maybe Mistral slipped off when Yossi was getting them all a meal to go see the Sultana, informing everyone.
All right, who's going with Mistral to talk to the president?
I don't think anyone.
Somebody
This is
should
like
go.
was anyone missing last session? Other
No.
than me?
So
this is-
But we also weren't like very active.
Okay, because narratively is just meant to explain Mistral's absence. But if someone wants to come and it makes sense for what happened last session, that's fine.
Yeah, we just arrived.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of RP and downtime that last sort of bit at the house because, I mean, I knew I was just gonna have another session on Tuesday.
Sure. So we
Sorry,
didn't
dude.
actually get into the city. Like there wouldn't have been.
We've been in the city for maybe 15 minutes.
Gotcha. Okay, so then there wouldn't have been time for Mistral to even be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go. See you." He's just been quiet, which is fine.
Mr. also has a bracelet.
It's true.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. It's made of slightly translucent and very silky smooth string. Definitely string.
Is it both their hair braided together?
So it's like
Oh, it's silk. It's spider silk.
Yeah, so it's silk. And then if you hold it up to the light, you can just barely see there is a colored strand that runs through it.
Oh. That's very sweet.
Yeah, and everyone's bracelet is slightly different.
That's very sweet. Mistral will, whenever Yelsey would have given it to Mistral, he would have given her like a very serious look, and like very genuinely been like, "This is like a very important gift. Thank you so much. I'll treasure
That's
it."
good. Oh.
Aww.
And he's like wearing it on his on not his he's wearing it on his right arm, his right wrist, so that it's not at risk of getting damaged when he pulls his bowstring back and like lets it fly.
Nice.
Aww. We love those considerations.
Oh, I also bought candy for everybody. I was being vaguely fantasy racist.
A little bit.
So I assumed Mistral like peppermint patties.
What? Explain. Walk me through the stereotype.
Because like minty and like you're a wind person, right?
Isn't mint like cold, like ice, like water?
No, because when you breathe
That's why
in,
it's
it gets
racist.
like minty. When you breathe in, that's what when it gets activated. You know. When
Oh,
you're,
so
like, made of
spicy.
air.
So like spicy food. When I breathe in, it like so like air.
Mm.
Uh huh. I listen. I got the tiefling cinnamon candy. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say it
That
made
one I
sense. I
follow.
said it was
That one I
vaguely
follow.
racist. Okay.
I don't know if it's racist enough to be racist. You know, that's just my thing.
Well, wait, why don't you tell him what you got for Yelsey?
I did get Yelsey candied grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Very sweet.
Yelsey was like, I like meat, but this is yummy too.
Bugs.
I wonder if Initial eats a peppermint patty, like all the wind around, like if his like hair gets cold, like the wind that is like slightly blowing around him at all times gets a little colder.
Yeah.
He just smells minty now.
He like just smells minty. Yeah, that'd be fun. Because in a sense, he in his entirety, he is one breath.
Mm-hmm.
And if he takes a little peppermint patty, it becomes really chilly.
I like that.
That was very poetic. I wasn't
Yes.
expecting the voice change though.
His essence is one breath.
Yeah, I figured it was like a little too poetic. So then to do the Marvel,
I
the Marvel
got you.
movie
It's
thing to make myself feel more
Oh,
comfortable, I did a
yeah.
funny.
I understand. I understand.
You can't ever be fully serious all the time. I get it.
That's what Mistral's for.
Yeah.
So if Mistral himself was explaining it to us,
That's what he. I mean, but I don't know if he would say that about himself though. Maybe he would. I don't know. Regardless, he's a little chilly now, but like pleasantly so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
What did
That's
I
good,
get for
'cause we're in a desert.
Sophia? What was her own vaguely racist thing? I don't
Rock
remember.
candy.
Rock candy,
All
right?
right, Andy.
Because she lives
That's
in
funny.
Undermountain, yeah. There we go.
Speaking of like fashion though, desert fashion.
Yeah, what's Mistral wearing? He knows what to expect here.
Yeah, I think Mistral's like entire outfit is entirely constructed for him to be able to remove and add on layers with ease.
That makes sense.
And so in like let me look at his art too, because I want to be able to, because he's wearing like the crossbody sort of like outer cloth, and then has like some like tunic on underneath, and he's like lots of layers. I think in the desert he wants to be wearing something that's like loose fitting, but still breathable. So I think the part of his outfits that like come apart are the tunic that he wears underneath the outer layer of furs comes off, and he's just got the outer layer of furs to like help protect against like sand and whatnot. And then he has basically just something covering his shoulders down to his wrists, and then on the arm that he pulls back the bowstring with, something that goes up the like a shooting guard, sort of like on the inside of his forearm, and like up his middle and ring finger are covered.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like half of his chest is fully exposed. He's wearing like more loose fitting like baggy pants. Like the boots that he has aren't like bound up so much. He might even be going barefoot. I don't know.
For free? Damn.
Oh my god.
I don't think Mistral gets it. I don't think Mistral knows that feet are attractive to people. So yes, for free.
To be fair, that was me. That was not Sophia.
Oh, okay. I definitely thought that Sophia was shouting.
For free?
I think Yelsey has not changed her clothes. She might have a cloak just to not be burned alive from sunburn. But I think seeing Mistral go barefoot, Yelsey takes off her sandals and shoves them into her bag and wiggles her toes to match Mistral.
Aw.
They are free. The piggies are free.
Yes.
Mr. will see that Yelsey is sort of copying him a little bit, and he'll sort of give her like a knowing look. Yelsey, have you ever felt the sand beneath your feet, between your toes?
Mike, have I felt the sand between my toes?
No, and you still haven't because you're on stage. So.
Damn it. Can't believe this.
So
Trails.
sad.
Yelsey looks at Mistral and her eyes are sparkling a little bit and she shakes her head with a little bit more enthusiasm than you would think. And if there was anything in her head, you would definitely hear it rattle. But no. Is
I
it
think you
going
might
to be
enjoy
good?
it. It's a unique experience, your first time. I wonder if you'll enjoy the sensory nature of it. When we go out into the desert, we'll have to walk across the sand.
Okay,
Well,
I
like
like it.
maybe like early in the morning, or like, well, that was Easy's voice. What the fuck? Maybe like early in the morning or after it's
Well,
cooled off. That's
if it doesn't burn a bit, what's the point?
Yelsey nods her head sagely along with Mistral like she knows what he's talking about, but has no idea.
well, you know what? Fair enough.
I give Flair sort of like an expression that like if you know Mistral well would be an expression of like, haha, funny joke, got you, like wink wink. But like if you don't know Mistral well, looks like a very stoic expression, just slightly shifted.
I don't really know what cracks you yet, friend.
Cracks me.
That stony, stoic exterior.
It's interesting. I don't think I've ever been described as stony before. Cold, maybe, but stony. Quite opposite to my element.
I, yeah,
You find me stony, Flair.
just maybe not as stony as like Doug, but definitely closed off.
Well, I'm an open book if you know what questions to ask.
I've never really been one to read many books.
It's understandable.
Hmm.
But who knows? Maybe you'll like this one.
Blair, I know you don't mean any offense, but he's an air genasi, not an earth genasi.
I have already said as much.
If you happen to turn around, you see Yelsey giving Flair the most pitying look.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I suppose I'll be learning just as much as I'll be teaching this venture, so I'll be happy to learn all about you, Mistral.
As you like. I'm happy to answer questions, converse.
Excellent. Now,
Perhaps you'll get crack me.
he pauses and is like, nice.
Hmm?
He just gives you a slight smirk. Nice.
Mistral's like blink. That's it. Doesn't quite understand.
No, you used my joke and reversed it on me. That's just
Oh, it
like
was
a social, just like
yes,
aha, gotcha.
yes. Sorry, I didn't think it. I did not assume that it would garner mentioning, and so I thought you were referring to something else that I was not able to ken.
Not at this moment. That's about 85% of what comes out of my mouth can be taken for something else, but that was a genuine moment of, oh, you got me.
Well, seems I have yet to crack you as well.
Mistral gets a gentle hand on his shoulder. It's a little pat, and she closes her
No,
eyes and nods her head and whispers
no,
very
no,
not secretively, and
no,
it's,
no,
he's still learning.
no. I'm not.
Learning what?
She opens her eyes and looks like the wisest person you've ever seen. And she's like,
No,
everything.
no,
Oh,
no.
is he quite the newborn babe when it comes to experience in the world?
Miss Shaw, don't
She
listen
nods
to
her
him.
head.
Oh, I see.
Chokes on his food.
Oh God! Someone do the Heimlich.
Doug, a doctor, looks at Sophia.
The magic's faster. I mean,
Sophia's like,
Yeah.
man, everybody's being really weirdly racist right now. He's not
Oh my
a
God.
Duragar, he's a drow.
Oh my
You
god.
can't
What-
crack
what-
him.
Flair
you
just sort of
crack
like
a Dwergar?
Flair just like lightly pats Cog, just like directly in the middle of the back. Yep, there you go. Mm-hmm.
So sorry. What is he to learn, Yelsi? He has an inkling of what Flair has to learn.
She did say everything.
I think everything.
did.
Yes.
Looks at Flair.
Anyways, we should get you guys some desert proper attire. It seems that Mistral already has his bases covered, but for the rest of you, I think some nice, better traveling clothes are in order.
Oh, I'm fine.
So, mm,
You might cook in the armor, dear. If you don't have
Oh,
proper
no,
language.
this is nothing compared to the heat I've been around.
If you're certain.
I am. Thank you, though.
I trust you. I trust you.
I do think you would look lovely in that frock over there.
I very much appreciate that cognition.
I love
But
Cog.
my outfit is more for practicality than anything.
All right, suit yourself.
Yelsi looks at her barely clothed self and just nods.
Yelsi and Mistral like shake hands in wearing less clothes in the
Oh
desert.
my god.
Yep.
I've
That's what
resisted
you
the
do, right?
fire, so I'm
Right?
fine.
Right?
Ah, yeah.
I assume I'm fine, Michael. Is that true?
we'll see.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
No.
Maybe I do get heat stroke even though I've been around
then
the
you
forge my whole
explode.
life. Damn, I can't believe Sophia dies. Alright, gotta make a
This
new
is the
character.
sun heat, not the fire heat. It's different for some reason.
This is long distance hot.
Long distance hot. It's that radiation hot.
Hits you all at once.
This is the McDonald's heat. It tastes different.
Oh my god.
This is the second quarter of the basketball game. You can't handle
Oh
this.
yes, you can't handle the heat.
But are you gonna choose now to sort of go and visit the Sultana, Mistral, or
I believe so. So I guess Mistral will see that like people are sort of looking around, looking at shopping, looking at maybe performing some activities here in the city before we leave. So he'll say, if we do have a bit of time to spare, though, I would like to make my way to the palace and perhaps seek an audience with the Sultana. It has been some time since I've spoken with her, and I would like to catch up, update her on my situation, get more information about the Benesi if I can.
Ah, your acquaintances.
We are, yes.
How nice.
You
She's
know
helping-
Michelle Obama?
Oh my god.
No, who is that?
yeah, Who's Michelle Obama?
Well,
I-
speak
We
up.
all look.
I
at-
let me make jokes out of character, you guys.
Um, but yes, I would like to speak to the Sultana. You're welcome to join me if you like, but it seems as though some of you may have eyes for other things in the city. He looks at Cog, who is maybe like looking at the clothes and the things and
Yeah.
the fashions.
and all the. I mean, I'm sure this city has its share of good-looking guys as well.
Yeah, you're looking at him.
Oh,
Wink.
Wink.
nice.
But yes. So if you have other things to do, I understand. But I'm going to go see if I can't speak to Saria.
Well, I'm not doing anything. I'd love to accompany you.
Certainly.
Anything you would like us to pick up while we separate?
I'm not sure. I usually have everything I need on me, and I don't need to resupply on any.
Ah, a minimalist,
Rations
I
or-
see. Well,
Well,
to each their own.
I have to carry everything I own, so the less of it there is, the better.
Practical.
Hmm?
How practical?
Well,
Yes.
I do wish you luck in getting in touch with the Sultana. I'm sure she's busy these days, but I do believe you've gotten paid recently, so you should probably make use of that goal to buy things at the magic shop if you haven't.
Oh, I have almost no money to my name, actually.
Yelsey?
I
Oh,
turned to. I was gonna give it to Yelsey, but I think maybe I should give it to Doug. I I hand Doug 30 platinum pieces. Can you pick up some diamonds, please? Just in
Yes,
case
certainly.
we need it. I still have some,
Yes, I can
but
do that.
it's better to have more and not need it. You know?
Of course.
Mhm.
Out of character, should I have money right now?
If you
I don't
haven't
know.
spent it after the dungeon,
Oh, after the dungeon, I think I got armor upgrade, so I think I'm good.
Let's see. What's our treasures? Loots.
if no one stops Yelsey says, Yelsey has so much silver, and is about to run off with her silver and platinum coins that she still thinks is silver.
Oh,
Doug,
wait.
We
Doug scruffs her and is just like, nope, you're staying with us.
She looks very offended and squints for a very long time at Doug and is just like kind of sneers and is just like, you're gonna look at books.
I am going to look at books, but we're also going to go clothes shopping because I've got several skeletons I need to dress. And I could use some help with that, Yelsey.
Yelsey pauses and there's like a lot of hesitation, like a lot. And then she's like, since you need help.
It's true. I have
Everybody's
no
helpful
sense of
about it.
fashion, Yelsey. You have to help me.
did Doug do anything with the animal bones Mistral got him?
They're on his
they're
bed.
in his bed in his wizard tower right now. I
Hell
haven't
yeah.
decided quite yet.
He's gonna
Fuck
sleep
yeah,
with
dude.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna fuck the animal bones.
Sure.
Never mind. Not hell yeah.
When Doug says that he has no sense of fashion, Cognition presses his lips quite tightly together so he doesn't say anything.
Damn!
I love this so much.
no, don't put yourself down, Doug. Everyone loves the scrumply wizard.
Okay. Sure. Anyways.
Also, Miss Yelsey.
Yeah.
You are aware that we received more than just silver from the dungeon.
Yelsey slow binks and opens her bag and shows it to Mistral but it's all silver.
Are
Oh.
you metallic blind?
I see the misunderstanding. Mistral will pull out a silver piece and pull out a platinum piece and hold them both up so that Yelsey can see them side by side.
Uh-huh.
This here is a silver piece. And while it looks quite similar, this here is not silver, it's platinum. They look quite the same, but if you'll notice, the platinum has more of a pure white color. The silver has a bit of a more bluish hue.
I think we've had this exact discussion.
Oh my god.
I don't think I have. Is someone else given this lesson to Yelsey?
I believe so.
So
I don't recall it.
Okay.
So it didn't
Let's
stick.
do it.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Yelsey
Didn't happen.
said, huh?
So yeah, this one is a more pure white metallic shine. The silver pieces, they have a bit more. They say silver, but really it leans more towards a very, very desaturated light blue color. And the amount that they reflect is also slightly different. Here, take a look at both of them for yourself.
They're also different shapes.
I don't think
Yeah.
Yelsey's going to differentiate between the shapes, to be honest. I think
He's
Mistral's
also
more showing.
shape blind.
She's looking at the colors, and so Mistral's
They're-
like, colors.
They're all silver and they're all roughly the same size, okay?
Mhm.
Do they weigh
Listen.
different, like...
Yes. They have different
Yes.
densities as well. Absolutely.
That's why Mistral is having her hold both of them next to each other, in one in each hand, so she can feel that.
Yelsey, she's literally weighing them in both hands and is like, the geometry meme, that's her right now.
Yeah.
And then she
Very
holds
good.
both up to her face and she smells each one.
So the
Do they perhaps
silver,
smell different, Yelsey?
they don't. They smell the same in that they've been in Yoshi's pouch. But I will just say, notably, one is a triangle and one is an octagon.
Okay.
Yelsey says coins are coins.
Yeah.
Listen, Yelsey didn't grow up with the shape toy, okay?
Yeah.
It all goes into the square hole.
Exactly. But listen, if you put a haunch of meat in front of Yelsey, Yelsey will tell you exactly where it came from.
She has her priorities straight.
Exactly. So Yelsey is nodding her head along with this very informative lesson and then says, okay, but now what?
Well, are you able to discern the difference?
Yeah, this one sparkles more.
Yes, exactly. Well, now I'll tell
Okay.
you why you might want to be able to identify the difference. The one that sparkles more, and I point to the platinum, that is equivalent to 100 of these, I believe.
Correct.
Yelsey is like processing for a hot second, and then another hot second,
Mm-hmm.
and then her eyes widen, and she's like,
Uh-huh.
what?
I know. But for some reason, they think these ones are prettier, and so they're worth more.
Yelsey actually frowns right now and is like, that's so mean.
I know. I bet the silver feels bad. But don't worry, it gets to stay with you longer because it's used less often. So it's more well loved. The platinum, it passes hands so much it can't it never settles down, you know?
Yelsey returns his coins, puts both hands on his shoulders, and is, Joel, you're so smart.
Oh, thank you.
And
glad you
then
think so.
tries to make wide steps away, but does not go anywhere because Doug is smartly restraining her.
Yeah.
She does the little Hanna-Barbera scrambly
I think
running
as
thing.
they're having this conversation, I think Sophia's gonna whisper to Doug, "You want me to build you a leash, like one of those backpack leashes for children, but for Yeltsin?"
I think as a just in case. I don't like to infantilize her, but we do kind of, you know.
No, I can get working on something like that. Don't worry.
And then you have to sell it to Yelsi, which will be the fun
Yeah,
part.
so she can wear it. Yeah, it's a backpack.
It's gonna be okay. So this is really secure to you, so that you can hold on to Doug.
Yeah,
So you don't lose
that's how
Doug.
it'll work.
Yeah.
In an emergency, if you just start running, you will pull Doug with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Don't,
see? You'll
don't
never
tell her
lose him.
that. I don't want her following me.
Are you walking her or is she walking you?
Anyway, thank you. You've now taught Yelsi the difference between silver and platinum.
Yay! Achievement unlocked.
Yes. Yelsi has leveled up. Thank you.
Capitalism.
I think it was specifically Cleo that tried to teach her that.
That's just so funny.
Listen, Cleo's a pretty lady. She can't. The only thing she's seeing is Cleo's face.
I'm sure.
The words coming out of it, I don't know.
You know what?
Also, I bet Cleo talked about like the economy or something. Ugh.
No, hey, Cleo is very knowledgeable about people. She would not do that to Yelsi.
You're right.
Yelsi just knows that Cleo gave her a really cool bracelet. And she likes Cleo because she gave her a bag to hold meat.
Hmm. That's her love language.
Exactly.
Meat?
Bag for meat.
Hell yeah.
Things that Yelsi likes.
All right. Just to get this on the road. Mistral, something you've noticed that Flair said last session. The amount of guards in the city has definitely dwindled.
Flair, it's been some time since I've been back to the capital city, but I believe you mentioned something about there being less guards. This is abnormal, yes?
Yeah, there wasn't really anyone to greet us at the gate.
Do you
And
think
the
there would be
more
an
I
emergency nearby, or would they have made their way to the crash site?
I don't know. Because, I mean, the crash site certainly is, a threat to Talcalane, ostensibly, but to leave so few here? I think Sarah is a bit wiser than that.
Saria would not leave the city unguarded unless it was for a good reason. I must speak
Could
to her.
you
Perhaps she
inquire
will...
about that? Yeah.
Yes, certainly. And perhaps if we need to make haste to Anamiki's rise. I wonder if I could get in contact with parents.
I have no idea who that is, my friend, but
Oh,
if they
sorry,
would help,
yes.
um,
Terrence is truly the rock to crack. He is the Genasi of the people of the desert.
mm,
He may be able to, I mean, if he is in the area or if his people are, they may be able to help us across the desert, maybe more directly through, faster. We could ride on the Amathakazi or the Inuthukazi. Probably the Amathokazi. They are more agreeable.
Flair's looking at you, nodding, like, "Yep, mm-hmm."
You have to remember, Flair doesn't know very much, obviously.
Oh, right, of course. I'm sorry, Flair. Do you know what the Amathokazi are?
This is cognition.
Uh,
I understand you
I'm
don't know much, according to Yelsi.
Flair looks. Flair blushes and like looks a bit frazzled as he like rakes his head.
That's an interesting look on you.
Um,
I can't believe we're bullying Flair like this.
Yeah,
But it's
this
like
has never
it's
happened
for
before.
fun. It's for fun.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
strange
No,
universe.
it's a lovingly bullying.
We found his
okay,
weakness.
so he rolled a 15, which is a total history check of
13. I'm just kidding.
14.
Okay.
I don't recognize that name you used. But if I had to guess, you're talking about the big old cows that are in the dunes.
I suppose that is a way you could refer to them, but they are much more than just common cattle.
Well, yeah, no, I mean they're like bigger than a fucking marrow sleigh, but like
Yes.
from afar, they're just like cows.
I've seen many cows. None of them look like the Amathokazi or the Inuthukazi. I believe they are bovine in nature, but that is the only connection.
I'm starting to wonder what you think these. I'm starting to wonder what Riley thinks these things look like.
I think they look like giant cows, but like giant earth elemental cows with like huge fucking horns and like. And then I'm imagining like a milk cow that you'd see on a farm, and Mitchell's like, yeah, they're both like bovine, but they don't look anything like each other.
I think Flair's only seen them from like a half a day's travel away, so they're not like huge to
Mm-hmm.
Flair. Um, look, I know Dune Marrow, and I vaguely know the Thunderbird.
Right. Well, we should avoid the marrow unless we're trying to ride them.
Well,
Uh,
there's like marrow sleighs you can get for crossing the dunes. I figure that's how we were gonna get to Anamiki's Rise.
oh, certainly. I meant more so if we need to make haste and cut through the desert, straight through the center.
You you want to go through Xerisai territory?
Well, it would be safe to do on the back of an Amathokazi, is what I mean.
Flair looks at
They can't
Mistral
reach the
like
back.
he's a little. Like he's like, wow, this guy's a bit more daring than I thought. Okay. If not to say he's not interested, he would definitely want to do that.
Yes.
But
I'll see if I can't get in touch with Terrans. If we have an Inu leading the herd, um, they will likely be able to scare off any threats. We ride an Ama that follows it. We should be all right.
okay, yeah, no, that sounds great. Um, huh, interesting. Well, I don't want to keep you. I'm sure
Yes.
the Sultan
So,
is a very busy lady.
yeah, Sophia and I must speak to Saria. We'll be back soon. Where should we meet?
Um, what if we just met in Dawn Plaza?
Sounds like a plan. I'll see you there.
Of course.
Sophia, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's make haste.
All right.
Cog has his notebook out. He has plans.
Ooh, plans.
What does that even
He's getting
mean?
all of you clothing.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Um, I think once Flair just observes Mistral and Sophia leaving until he sort of takes a moment, holds up a finger, and reaches into his bag, pulls out an outfit, and snaps his fingers and changes real quick.
Oh, that's a handy trick.
Let's see here. It seems to be a very flowing white outfit, similar to Mistral, and you'll see it's he's in barefoot, but he has these anklets. Um, but it's very floating free and leaves very little to the imagination.
Nice.
Very good.
It is, if anyone has seen Magi, it's essentially Morgiana's dance outfit.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Gee.
I think that's an anime, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Bro's wearing nothing.
Not
Nice.
much. Yeah.
All right. And he just like quickly changes into that with practice ease and just sort of looks towards the others. All right. Well, let's not burn the sunlight that we have.
Yes, we must
And
be out.
he sort of looks to Doug. You wanted to look at books, or
I have some. Well, I suppose we could do the books first. I fab the RPR. I'm not exactly sure what books I'm looking for right now. Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough.
what? Library is, and he looks at the cities. Architecture. Does a bit of thinking. Rolls to survival.
Hmm.
This way.
Okay.
And he points off to the west towards the coast. Coastal district.
Mm-hmm.
So Mistral went to see the Sultana. Did anybody go with him?
Yeah, Sophia.
Sophia.
Okay.
Yeah, Sophia did.
Okay.
I can't imagine Yelsi. I don't suppose you want to go to the library. Cognition and Claire, what are your plans?
Well, obviously at some point I'd like to hit the library, but I have a bit of a few things to acquire.
Yelsi, would you like to help our new friend acquire things?
Yelsi, pauses. No.
No.
Doug needs my help.
Yelsi, you despise the library. You hate it.
What if a
There's
book
books in
falls
there.
on you?
So true.
What?
She gives you the most pathetic look.
Oh.
I give her a
Yelsi.
scathing just stare.
That's what the librarians are for, to rescue you from falling books.
So true, bestie.
I will also be there to protect him from falling books, Yelsi.
Yelsi looks even more concerned.
Oh
Excuse me,
no.
anything.
She she gently pats the side of his arm and is just like, Flair, there's no fighting in the library.
Flair thinks for a moment. while that is true, I was chosen by Cleo because I did know a lot about Calistan, Yelsey. I'm the best person to make sure that Doug does not get lost.
She blinks at him like it's suddenly news that Flair is their guide. And
I
she
thought this
like
was just new friend.
yeah, exactly. And she gives him a kind of an incredulous look, and then it's just like, uh, ye- oh, okay, okay,
Flair,
and points at Doug, and it's like, Doug, you take care of Flair. Flair takes care of you.
I suppose.
Nods her head
Okay.
sagely, and then makes a very big step towards Cog.
What is Flair's face doing during this?
Flair has a very big customer service smile on his face.
Okay. Cognition will offer his arm to Yelsey.
Her eyes sparkle, and she takes it.
Ah, that. Well, shall we?
And she nods her head and follows suit.
And he calls back over his shoulder. We could meet back here.
Yes,
Where?
that sounds fine.
Right.
That sounds fine.
Oh no, we're all meeting in different spots.
Oh no.
Are
I do
we?
think I remember what books I needed now.
Okay.
All right.
We're shopping.
Shopping
Shopping.
session.
So the three groups split off. So there's 6 of us in here. Me and Fab. Cal
You're
and
trapped with me.
Say. No, you're trapped with me, bitch.
God damn it.
Alright. So I'm just gonna go Discord order down. We'll see who we follow.
Alright.
4. Ah. Okay.
I'm also okay with Riley's group going first if Riley is up for it, if only because Riley wasn't here last week.
I'm happy to wait. It's okay.
Riley's
I
also
wanna
You
doing
know
the
what?
thing that
No.
might be more plot
That's-
important.
That's a great point. Riley, you and Sophia are going.
I want to hear your voice, Riley.
Aw.
You're hearing it right now.
I am.
She wants to hear more of
I
it.
could hear it right more.
Oh shit.
I took two things that I love, dancing,
Alright.
and I made them into a successful
Let
business.
me. Hush, G2A. You're a very valuable service, but I need my music.
Does what does the Sultana look like?
So, the Sultana herself is a perhaps is very. I mean, she's a sun-kissed, bronze-skinned sun elf. She wears a lot of finery and things like that. There's a couple murals of her as Mistral guides you through the streets of Calistan towards the royal palace. A lot of them are depictions of her sitting upon this grand golden throne. Sort of traditional silk coverings, and these just brilliantly resplendent, commanding purple eyes that seem to even capture attention on the pieces of art. You see she has where her midriff is exposed, there's plenty of sort of like battle scars sort of like in these pictures. Um she still cuts very much a regal sort of like warrior queen figure with I mean, it may just be the depictions, it may not. You won't know until you actually see her, but they also give her like common renditions of just like things that make her appear sagely as well. You figure that she has a great standing amongst her citizens.
Gotcha. Is it so the point of reference in my mind is either Urbosa or Riju from
Urbosa.
okay,
Hell yeah.
perfect. I can hit on her then.
You can certainly try.
Good luck.
I
I don't have to try, I can do it. Whether or not I'm successful is a different story though.
Yeah.
That's why I said you can certainly try. But as you are being, actually, Mitchell, just give me a survival check and advantage. It's been a while since you've been to the Royal Palace, but it is a very big building. It's just more like Calistan is full of streets and sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Like the back of your hand, you remember all the sort of byways.
Yeah, I sort of take Sophia by the hand and like lead the way, and sort of like almost pulling her along and like down one alleyway that seems like it should not be the alleyway we go down, but then like underneath this overpass and up like onto a roof somewhere and then across a bridge and then like it's like taking every single possible like weird like left turn and unexpected route, but like getting through the city extremely quickly because of the route we're taking.
Hell yeah, I love it. Sophia does a pretty good job of keeping up. She grew up in the city.
Hell yeah.
Mistral, as you're doing this, just give me a general perception check. So something that you noticed that wasn't here the last time you're here, in these sort of byways, sort of off the real cusp, you see more signs of vagrancy, like you know that one of the laws that Syria has put in place is that if you're able-bodied, you must work. Forgiving like sicknesses, of course, which is why she specifies able-bodied.
Yeah.
But you're seeing like a lot of signs of like people just like slacking off. And it's sort of like
the second sign that Saria's like law and her normal habits are not being upheld somehow.
yes.
City may look quite the same, but something is different. Something is wrong, I think. We should make haste.
Sophia will nod along, sticking close.
Good. Try to keep up. And he like jumps up onto a wall and starts like climbing up the wall.
Yeah, I've got a good athletics check.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me athletics. Yeah.
Yeah, I can keep up.
Yep. Uh, while it isn't underground, the heights and whatnot are the same as what you used to run around in Undermountain Valley as a kid.
Yeah, all cities is kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you get to the palace proper, you do notice there's probably more guards there than you came across coming to the palace. And they're just sort of like standing outside. Their overlarge tower shields and spears, in very much an alert pose. And as you approach, they do move to not directly accost you, but just recognize that you are there.
Yeah, I approach them without fear, like openly. Mike, do you think it would make sense for me to have some kind of like token or emblem or like something to identify me as someone who is like able to speak with the Sultana?
I think you have. Uh, I think you have this small sort of malachite and topaz token as a sign of like personal esteem with the Sultana.
Okay.
It's like it's the shape of a feather and a sun.
Interesting. Feather and shape of a feather and the shape of a sun at the same time.
Like, there's like a sun sort of like setting on the horizon, and then in the foreground there is that feather.
Very cool. Yeah, I'll take out the pendant. I said pendant, but I don't know if it's a pendant. Is it like a necklace? Is it like just a little like, badge or emblem?
It can be a pendant.
Okay. I'll take out the pendant as I'm approaching, and I'll hold a hand out to like wave a greeting, and say, "Hello, well met. I'm here to speak with the Sultana. I noticed there are more guards than usual. Is something the matter?"
The two, the two guards that sort of look at the pendant, sort of look at each other. Sultana don't want to be disturbed. Come back some other time.
I understand that they're doing an accent, Michael, but I do not know what they said.
He doesn't want to be
wanna-
disturbed.
Come back some other time.
So all I got was come back some other time.
She doesn't want to be disturbed, so come back some other time.
Okay. Mistral will sort of squint. That's the third thing that does not align or seems out of place. He'll sort of cock his head to the side. I assure you she will want to speak with me. Go and ask her if you must. I will wait.
Can I tell if these guys are like just being careful, or is it about are these guys like, can I tell what's up with these guys, Mike?
Go ahead and roll insight.
So 24.
They seem to be, even for palace guards, like it seems like whatever Mistral is showing them has great personal meaning and would signify that he is above their pay grade. And they're still being, overly abrasive.
Gotcha. Sophia is going to smile very kindly at them, and she is going to say, I understand that you're doing your job, but my friend here has great need to speak with her. I'm sure that I would love to reward you for being so diligent. And she pulls out 5 platinum pieces and very gently like
Sophia.
grabs one of their hands and like puts it into their
Sophia, please,
hand
don't.
and closes the fist.
Sophia, please, there's no need for that.
I'm ignoring Mr. What did they say or do, Michael?
They look at the platinum pieces, and they look at you. So, impersonating a person of import and bribing the royal guard.
I'm going to forcibly step between Sophia and the guard, and I'm maybe going to push Sophia away a little bit. Not so forcefully to like knock her over or anything, but like with more force than a gentle shove. And I'm going to just look up at the guard and stare at him in the eyes as intensely as I can. I'm a personal friend of the Sultana. She gave me this emblem to signify my importance. You recognize it. If she is here, go speak with her. I request an audience. I have words I must exchange with her. Are you or are you not sworn to your Sultana?
I'm sworn to the Sultana. I ain't sworn to you.
No, you are not sworn to me, which is why you should go speak to her. This symbol allows me that much, and I like hold out the pendant. Fetch her.
Make either a persuasion or an intimidation check.
Both are terrible. Let's go.
Aw.
Can I help?
I don't know
I-
how much Sophia can
I
help.
feel like what you just did is the opposite of helping out.
I'm unfortunately going to rule that Mistro's actions have really prevented you from assisting him in this specific check.
That's fair.
Ha!
Right, and I'm the Sultana's royal handmaid. Right then. If you all would come with us, we'll sort this all out once you've spent a little bit of time in the dungeon.
Jesus.
I will not be going to the dungeon.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Michael.
Dodge!
On who?
On the guy.
Good Sophia.
As you go to cast your magic, and however that goes, and the holding spell goes to him, you see the sigils form around him, and he just sort of like looks, and something in the golden pauldron that he has on sort of flickers, and the spell breaks. Right.
Do I notice that
That's true.
Sophia? Is it obvious that Sophia just tried to cast the spell on them?
Yeah. She's not hiding.
Okay, I draw my bow, pull an arrow, and aim it at Sophia.
Oh.
You would be wise to put down any weapons you have on you, Sophia. This is twice you have not listened to me. We are in the Sultana's palace. You cannot cast magic at a guard. They had no reason to detain us before, and now I'm certain they do. What are you doing?
She looks at Mistral, looks at the guards, shakes her head. I'm not going to give up anything.
Then you can leave. Go find the others. I turn to the guard and say, I will come with you willingly. You can detain me if you need to. I apologize for my companion's actions. They do not reflect my own.
The guard looks between the two of you. Right then, come along. And so they perhaps they just sort of make to grab Mistral, then look to Sophia. Due to your friend, we will not pursue you, but if you make any other motions, we will detain you as well. I would pass that word along to you and any other companions you have in the city, right?
She just looks at him.
And they take Mistral inside the capital, or the Sultan's palace. And Sophia, you're sort of left there as some guards sort of like cycle around to make sure that the entrance is still guarded.
Yep, I'll just leave.
Okay. I think we're gonna continue the show. But Sophia, make a general perception check as you're leaving the front of the Sultan's palace.
Mm-hmm.
You feel eyes on you that aren't the guards.
Okay. I'll take a winding path down a couple
All right.
alleyways.
Alright, we'll get back to that. Mistral, as you're led by these two guards into deeper into the palace, they're just sort of wordlessly taking you not to like a holding cell or anything. They actually take you down a set of stairs. And they open a door which just has a room which has a bowl of water, but pretty much nothing else. They don't say much, but before they leave and close and lock the door, they say, I'm gonna talk or type it because I don't think me saying it in their voice would
Say it in their voice.
help you.
Give it a shot.
Mesgor's very busy. He'll get to you when he gets to you.
Ms. Gura.
Yeah.
They say that, and I turn to look at them. She's not here, is she?
They don't respond to you.
Could I try to read their facial expression when I say that to see if they have any response or?
So their helmets really only show their eyes.
Yeah.
But their steely gazes. Why don't you give me an insight check? Beyond their sort of just like steely expressions toward you, you have a sense that not much is going on beyond their gaze.
Oh. That's bad.
And you know Mesgoro is one of is the occultist sort of advisor to uh
Saria.
Saria. Yeah, Saria. Um, which is very strange. You would think it would be Mel or Phosphorus that met with you, since they are the ones that mostly deal with if not like political like envoys, then just overall like
Security issues.
security issues.
Yeah, Mistral knows that something is wrong, and he figures that he will find out soon enough what that is. So I think while he waits, he just goes down to his knees in front of this bowl of water on the floor, very like calmly and gently, just sits there, hands crossed over his lap, and just sort of sinks down into himself a little bit, closes his eyes, lets out a deep breath, and then stops breathing. And just gonna sit there and focus and wait.
Mm-hmm. I think it's about 2 hours that go by
Mm-hmm.
before you hear approaching again. And when the doors open, it's two different guards, but stepping in is a richly and ornately adorned gold dwarf. You see by his finery and the markings in them that he definitely has magic protections in place. And I mean, the face isn't one that has changed so much that you don't recognize it. It's just been a while since you've seen Mesgoro. But I just want you to make one more insight check for me. You can see with Mesgoro, something in him has shifted.
Mm.
Typically, while he is more cautious, he has never outwardly treated you with disrespect. He's never like given an inkling that he's out here disrespecting you, but the look on his face is like he's looking down at you.
Well, I am on my knees, so
No,
naturally.
like
I know, I'm kidding.
Joke.
sort of like with derision and scorn.
Yeah. I like to think that like when he enters the room, Mistral is still like in a meditative state and is like aware of his presence, but isn't like reacting to his presence,
Mm-hmm.
and is still just waiting.
So, one of the prodigal children of prophecy deigns to make an appearance in the city. You've got a lot of nerve.
It's good to see you, Mesgoro. Where is she?
If you were entitled to that information, you would have been told by now.
I would like to think myself entitled to it, but if you disagree, perhaps we can discuss the matter.
Perhaps you should think. Sorry, my brain's starting to go fuzzy. Yes, perhaps you should discuss it. Perhaps that should begin with you giving me the due respect of looking up at me when I speak to you.
I am being perfectly respectful, Mesgora, but I can only give you so much respect when so little is offered in return. I shall be as cordial as I possibly can.
Are you still looking away from him?
I'm still my eyes are closed and I'm looking down. I'm on my knees. Why do you speak to me with such disdain? Have I done something to offend you? Have the revelry done something to offend you?
You, the revelry, all of your people who pledge that you're doing what is best for Khalistan, but leading us down to a road of stagnation. And I'm going to look at something. Jaw, work, please. You, your people, and your quest is meant. You have not been completely forthcoming in what your quest does.
Have you found me to be deceitful?
New information has come to light.
Please share it with me. I would be glad to share all I know in exchange for all you know.
One moment. There it is. He doesn't say much more, but you can tell that there's some shuffling in his garments as he seems to be pulling something out.
I believe he's gonna pull out a gun and shoot Mistral.
Ba, 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 ba. Not what I wanted. Where is... No. I had this book, and I don't know why it's not giving me my book.
I do want to say, Gabe, it's interesting to see you do a more chaotic character.
It's not okay. So I have reasoning for what I did. I couldn't I couldn't put it into words.
I'm sure you did.
Until after a few moments. But with the city being in disarray, with the guards not recognizing Mistral or his authority,
They're probably not legit.
my assumption was corruption, so that's why I went with bribing first. And when that didn't work, something's definitely up. So that's why Sophia's like, I don't want to deal with this. Something's going on.
Valid.
I have never been so angry as Mistral before.
Oh,
That's okay.
that was something else.
Like it's still, I can still feel it in my stomach. Like as Mistral, there's so much anger that he's never experienced before, that he now has to handle while going into this diplomatic situation. I think that's why he let out all his breath and didn't stop breathing, because he didn't want
This man tilted.
to. Yes,
On full tilt.
He's
he
gonna
is
throw.
he's
He's too
extremely
tilted.
tilted.
All right, here it is. Jesus Christ, that took a lot more than I wanted it to take. Mistral, he takes out a pendant, which, if Mistral ever deigns to open their eyes and look at him, is a very peculiar symbol, but somewhat familiar. And so you hear the sound of Mesgoro pulling something out, and now you're starting to feel the rush of magic in the room.
Does it feel like I am in immediate danger?
I would say that the swelling of magic behind you is probably never a good sign.
It's behind me.
You said your back is to him, right? Like you're
No.
looking down at the water.
My back isn't to him. I'm just. I'm sorry. I was imagining that my back was to the wall opposite the door, and that I'm on my knees, like sitting on my feet, and like just staring down at the bowl of water, eyes closed or not. Like maybe I can see his feet, but I'm just not looking up at him.
Then
It's like a rush of magic in front of me, I would assume.
yeah. So rush of magic in front of you.
Ooh,
you
fun
see-
tech. Can I see him through the reflection in the water?
Sure.
So I don't have to raise my head to pay him respect.
Maybe through the water, you see the symbol.
Mm-hmm. Is it the one that we saw with the harpies?
It is not the one you saw at the Harpies, but it's vaguely reminiscent of that.
It's not the harpy one. It's not the one that Levy showed me, but it's familiar to both of them, I assume. So
Yes.
maybe Mistral makes the immediate connection that, oh, this is the Earth one. Okay.
It's either earth or air.
Oh, I thought we already saw the air one with the harpies, or is it the fire one?
I know I've shown you the water one. I don't know if I've.
I thought that the vision I had after the harpies was of the air symbol.
Oh, okay. Then this is a physical representation of it.
This is the air symbol that I saw?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is glowing.
And then I feel a rush of magic.
Yes, and Mesgoro is chanting.
I see. Well, I suppose that's all I really need. Mistral will lightning quick stand to his feet, pull the bow off his back, notch an arrow, all in like one motion as he stands full to his full height. And I think he's not going to leave any room or time for hesitation. He's just gonna hunter's mark and fire.
So, second here. So your hunter's mark fails.
All right. Oh
But
my
the
god.
shot does go off.
Mike, I don't want to metagame, but I just think I realize what's happening here. Okay. Oh no, Mike. I hope you didn't. Did you? Is it what I? Okay. Now I'm freaking out a little bit because I think I know what it is. Okay. I'm gonna take a point of necrotic damage for enfeebling arrow. Yeah, basically with a surge of magic on his side of the room, there's an equally powerful, maybe not equally powerful, but like explosive surge of wind and magic on my side. Is a bunch of smooth, crisp sheets of paper fly out of my side pockets as I stand and fold themselves midair into the various animals that I've folded for my party members. And they all in a spiral wrap around my arrow and fire forward at Mesgoro. And who boy, I'm scared. let's try it.
Let's roll for an attack.
Ugh.
The arrow goes straight for what you would seem to be Mesgoro's head, but something catches it right there, like right in front of his face, as the illusion dissolves, and it's not a gold dwarf at all.
Yeah.
It's actually the form of a human mixed with that of a tiger.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh no! Oh fuck! I'm so boned.
The grip is strange.
Yeah, Michael, does Mistral know what a Rakshasa is?
Make a religion check.
Okay. Cool. Very cool, Michael. I'm a fan of this development. God, religion check's not good. 16's not bad.
I'll say you have the vaguest idea.
Okay. Arrow stops in front of his fucking face. Mistral sees him for what he is. And Mistral will just sort of like nod and say, I see. So none of them are here, are they?
The figure sort of twirls the arrow in his hand and just sort of like snaps it, throws it to the ground. Oh, Mesgoro's here. And we're gonna cut away from that.
Cool.
So it's up to you guys. Do you want a bit of lighthearted shopping, or do you want to go?
I would say Sophia, after leaving and on her way down her winding path, is going to immediately sending what's his face? Flare.
Good old what's his face?
Alright. Let me see sending as a spell.
I can click it if you want.
I just need to see its components. So the moment you're going to do ascending, there is a um there's gonna be a hand on your hand on your wrist. Um once you're down like a proper winding path. And you see sort of cloaked in sort of like these heavy dusky leathers, and you don't recognize this person.
Mm-hmm.
But they just sort of like hold your wrist and shake their head no, and bring you well, they sort of tug at you to follow them.
Yeah, I mean, Sophia wants to get a read on this guy. I'm pretty sure I have an idea, but Sophia would want to get a read on this person before following them.
Alright, so go ahead and give me a insight check.
Okay, that's 22.
Alright, 22. From their body language, you don't think they are an enemy. You actually look and see that their eyes are somewhat kind.
Gotcha.
Or at least a little bit mischievous, or I don't know. How is a desert bound air stander look to you, Sophia?
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure they're looking, they've got like a sly smile on their face. They're putting their finger up to their lips, and like beckoning Sophia to follow. Their tail sort of like swishing around behind them. Sophia will, recognizing that like she's in a pretty, like something's wrong in the city for sure. She can tell. She will, for the moment, follow this person.
Alright. The tiefling smiles and leads you down an alleyway into this sort of like hole in the wall, safe house sort of area. Inside there's just like a light veil of smoke. And you're sort of brought into like, well, it will essentially be the back room with like a hookah bar.
Gotcha.
With like lots of like plush places to sit and whatnot. And as Aristander sort of lowers his head, it's just like, magic's not the best to be using in the open right now, stranger. I'm afraid that while the cat's away, the mice are starting to play, as it were.
What's going on in the city? You seem to know something.
I've noticed a change in the area ever since, well, before the stars fell, a change in guard rotation, and their tolerance beyond the Sultana's rulings. I think we are experiencing a bit of an incursion on the infernal side of things, which is why a contact of mine wanted me to come all this way and see what I could dig up, but I couldn't be too overt in my investigations. And you forgive me, but you just seem like you're not from around Calistan.
No, it's fairly obvious, isn't it?
A bit. Valerie Ben, if I had to place you anywhere?
Very correct.
Uh, here things are, uh, maybe slightly better over there, but, I think our entire continent is coming under siege. Something big's happening, and, well, we're trying to get to the bottom of it, but not much headway as of right now.
No. I apologize if my rash actions may have given too much attention. I fear I have left my companion alone in a dangerous place. But I don't think the two of us would have made a difference rather than one of us.
He smiles gently. I it's been a bit since I've been in Calistan myself. I was, admittedly a bit, lax in my watching of your group. That's on me, but, I do regret that the Genasi boy was taken and separated from you. That'll make this a lot more difficult.
If any one of us can take care of themselves, it's him.
I certainly hope so. The others that came with you, I recognized one of them.
The Dark Elf?
Yes. And my partner is probably tailing him. Well, one of my partners. And then, I mean, between those two, I think they can get your other companions here as well.
If I can use magic not out in the open, I can contact them.
Oh, for sure. It's just, using it, you were like right on the border of, magic not being able to work.
I see.
And an alarm going off, so.
Well, if here is safe, I can get in touch with them.
By all means.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Sending.
Alright. Alright, go ahead.
I am sending to Flare,
Okay.
and I'm going to say. Actually, hold on. Before I send, because Sophia would think of this, but I wouldn't. Does this place have a name?
Air Standard thinks for a moment. We haven't really given it a name. It's just like one of our places that we sort of bunk at whenever we're in the city.
A cross street or someplace for them to navigate to?
Just tell Flair to bring them to
The Octopus Garden.
the Octopus Garden.
Fuck off. It's Sophia nods. And okay, so now she'll cast Sending. Something is wrong in the city. Mistral has been taken. Meet me at the Octopus Garden. Bring everyone else. Quickly.
Alright. Now, we are going to cut to Doug and Flair, because this has happened all in the process of everything that's happened to Mistral has been over 2 hours
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Mistral and Flair, or not Mistral and Flair, Doug and Flair at the library.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and RP with them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think I'll let you do your setup.
Flair just sort of tries a little bit to make small talk with Doug as he winds his way through the library, but if Doug's sort of being like a little grumpy pants.
Mr. Grumpy Cubes.
He's always a little grouse, but I think he even though Flair's like, I don't like books or whatever, I think he like recognizes Flair as probably being someone very capable, especially if Cleo relies on him. So he's kind of like, okay, so several things we're looking for. We're looking for books
Okay.
on that books with histories that predate the splitting of the gods and the demon lords.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking on books on diseases that create crystals and diseases that create undead. And a beginner's magic book for Yelsey, preferably with pictures, if possible.
You know, despite your outward aura, you are quite doting on her.
She looked out for me when I was not very well able to.
Oh,
I know I'm not a warm person, but I do try to look out in my own way.
well, I think it's very nice that you two have found each other. I think you're good for one another.
Doug's like, I wouldn't say that. I've been grateful that she's found companionship in others. Anyways, I think anything particularly interesting is probably going to be in the dicier sections, the ones that are locked up in the big chains that we aren't allowed to go into, which is
Well, you're not allowed to go into
unfortunate.
unless you have some sway.
Would you happen to have sway?
He did show you the general pass yesterday, but then he shows you a smaller symbol of a setting sun. I tend to do a lot of work over here, and this area is nothing if not accommodating. So, some of those darker themes are likely to be within our grasp.
Yes. Very, very much appreciated. I can honestly, if you leave me here, I can scour the safer areas, but I think if we're in somewhat of a hurry, which I suppose we are, we should start there.
He sort of nods and just sort of I think he just sort of like tugs and the pendant sort of like comes off and he slips it into your hand. I'm not much one for libraries anyways, and if someone questions you about it, just I mean, they shouldn't. But as he's sort of handing it to you, you see his like head goes unfocused for a moment, as if he's like receiving a message, and he curses in Undercommon. Fuck.
Something wrong?
Complication.
Okay.
Mistral been apprehended by palace guards. And
Mistral.
Yup.
I can't believe he beat Yelsi. Okay, okay.
So we
will postpone this.
Yeah, we have to go find those two, but if Sophia is where I believe she is, which I have no reason to believe that she isn't, then perhaps one of my acquaintances have already found those two. He sort of smiles. He's perceptive when he needs to be, so I'll be looking forward to meeting an old friend of mine. He's certainly more
They can get
palatable
us-
than me.
You're not. Look, so long as we can get out of this scrape, I'll meet whoever. You're being weird about selling this flare. Doug's just like, what qualification?
Good
Huh?
boy. Ask questions later. Good boy.
Yeah. He's extremely dry, extremely professional. Let's go.
This is more Mike's brain fog than Flair's awkwardness.
Okay.
Because Flair's not typically this awkward.
That's okay. In my head, he's doing smoothment with every dialogue.
Thank you. So
All his brains
Flair
are tweened.
leads Ilune down some spiraling.
Ilune?
Ilune?
Not
Not here.
Ilune. God. Ugh.
Doug, it's okay.
Brain fog. Brain fog.
You're okay.
It's okay.
We had to tease you a
Doug.
little bit.
Leads Doug away from the library. And down some alleyways and byways. And sort of knocks. Shaving a haircut. And the door opens. Dark-skinned tiefling is there. Flair just like, just sort of shrugs. They wanted to do different things. Doug, stay here. I'm gonna go grab the others.
Okay. What's Sophia doing?
She probably looks upset. She's like, oh, I know what she's doing. She's like fiddling around with something, like screwing and unscrewing like a small project. She has like skits, who's just like crawling around her arm a little bit, like nervously.
Mm-hmm. I think Doug asks, like, Sophia, what happened? And they go over that, maybe.
Yeah, I explain what happened.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
filled in.
It was probably a bit too rash, but something is going on here.
I think if something was going on, perhaps you only hastened the inevitable. I would not feel too bad. We did not know this would happen, so he'll be fine.
Going over to Cognition and Yossi.
Yes. I think by this point, Cognition has picked up like a desert cloak for everybody. And he's trying to convince Yelsi that if she wears more clothing, she can have more pockets.
Think of how many turkey legs you could stick in there.
So true.
I don't know what Yelsi thinks about that.
Kyle, you're muted.
He wants to dress her
I
up.
do hear
She's
her
so cute.
coughing.
She
is
wants
cute,
everybody
you're not wrong.
to look really good.
Thank you. Listen,
You lived.
Cognition is going through the argument about more pockets, and Yelsey is like, hand on her chin, going,
Oh, she's considering it.
Pay no mind to the fact that she has basically 2 pocket storages, but she's like, more pockets.
Nah.
And this is also to say that Yelsey's clothes literally have no pockets. She just has been stuffing anything important in, I guess, a coin pouch and also her leotard.
That's funny.
So thank you for boob
Between her
pocket,
boobs.
guys. Yeah.
Sweet pocket. You see, some people find themselves uncomfortable when you utilize the natural pocket, as you stated. So perhaps something like this. He's showing her his trouser pockets, and I don't know what he's got in there.
Yelsey immediately puts her hand in his pocket.
Yeah, see?
But what do you put in your pocket?
Anything I need. This is always there, for instance. He pulls out a monogrammed hanky, waves it at her.
I love it.
Here's this little pocket specifically for my watch, see? And he's just showing her all the pockets.
Yelsey's like nodding along and looks very impressed in the beginning, and then as he continues going through his pockets, Yelsey's like starts to get like her face starts to fall a little bit, and she's like kind of questioning look, and she's like, "You have too many."
He looks offended. Nonsense. They each have a purpose. But you don't need this many. Perhaps we could start with 2 pockets, just on some pantaloons, like this. He shows her a bright purple set of harem pants.
Do they look cozy? Are they very breezy looking?
Yeah.
Yelsey's and she holds them up to her waist. And then she feels the fabric. Is it really nice fabric? Has it been sewn very well? What are the fibers?
I imagine if Cognition is recommending it, it is well made. It's probably I don't know, if it's a desert thing, I don't know, maybe it's linen or something. Or silk. Something soft.
Okay,
I don't know.
if it's silk, Yelsey will be a little bit more inclined.
Okay.
If it doesn't come from a bug, I don't care.
Listen, when you pulled out the handkerchief, the embroidered one, Yelsey was like kind of side eyeing it, like,
What?
better.
She's weirdly discerning about fabric.
That's so funny.
And then Yelsey looks like she's about to pull her her very open pantaloons down, and then she makes like this really like inquisitive look and is like, "Oh wait, you don't do this in public."
No, of course not. He looks around. He looks at the vendor to see if they can obtain permission for her to change.
The vendor looks to be a small, stout halfling. Oh yes, we have changing rooms right this way.
Right. Well, would you like assistance? He doesn't know if she's ever put on pants before.
Well, Yelsey's just like, yeah.
Ah, quite so. Yes. So yeah, they're awkwardly in this tiny changing room.
Yelsey is not awkward at all. As soon as the changing room closes, she drops her pants.
Yep. Right. Yes.
And looks at the nice velvety purple pants and is like, my legs go through these holes essentially.
Yeah.
And you she gets them up to her hips basically, and then
Okay.
she has no idea how to tie it.
Okay. He'll show her how to tie it.
In the midst of you tying it,
Uh-huh.
because this is extremely funny.
Yeah.
The store that you're in, receives someone coming in asking, well, I don't know how much tact he would have. Hey, Loon, how much tact would you have when you're tasked with retrieving someone?
Has anyone seen like a fancy boy and a spider girl? It's like a blue tiefling and like a little blonde? I think. No pants?
Yeah, they just went into a changing room.
Oh, okay. I'll just wait out here. He's saying this loud enough that they can probably hear it. Yes, it's like, wait, same one, both of them?
Yeah, they both went in there. Yes.
All right, I will just wait out here. Okay.
He was trying to explain, like, all right, so this one is the log, and this one is the rabbit, and this one, the rabbit goes beneath the log, you see, and he's trying to teach her how to tie it, but then he hears this person talking about them outside, and he peeks out the curtain. He doesn't know a loon.
He points like, you, hey, your friends have an emergency, and I was told to pick you up.
Can you give me more details? You see, I don't know you.
But Flair's like rushing out. Oh, hey, Cog? That's a women's dressing room.
Yes, I'm well
You
aware.
dog!
No,
Gender is a construct. Anyways, we have an emergency.
Yelsey peeks her head out from the other side of the curtain and is like, Cog's not a dog.
He whips back the curtain to show Flair the fabulous pants that Yelsey is wearing. We would just, I swear. I swear.
Wonderful. But, no, small emergency, come on.
We pay for the pants and we boogie.
Right. Let's go.
Flair, you got money?
Yeah. Do I have money?
Yeah, Cognition will gladly pay for them.
Flair, tosses, coin flips a platinum piece to the woman. Who the hell even sent you? He's just sort of having a small conversation with a loon. Wait, why are the two of you here? Aren't you supposed to be in Airlon?
It's a nice look. I could be anywhere I want for a couple hours, just having a nice time. Not my fault you guys got in trouble. You're lucky in that.
Yelsey didn't get in trouble.
So your friend, Mithril did.
I don't know a Mithril.
Mistral.
Minstrel?
Mistral. What happened?
Okay, we got there.
What did he say?
Yeah, so he got arrested.
Let's just keep. Let's
Let's
go to the Aqua's house.
Lying is bad. Mistral is a good boy, and that wouldn't happen.
So here's the thing about cops. Sometimes they don't care if you're lying. Anyways, we should get going before we talk about this.
Yes,
let's go.
He takes Yelsey's hand and They boogie.
Yeah, Yelsie's swinging their arms together with no sense of crisis.
All right.
That's adorable.
And so all of you get back together at the octopus house.
hmm
There is a very obvious scent of the herb in the air.
Ah,
As
Deeply.
who is there to look at disapprovingly? Who is there for Cog to look at disapprovingly?
the person you enter with.
Ah.
The smell was there before you entered the building.
Oh, that's fair. He notices it. Actually, no, that's probably part of the reason he didn't exactly trust Illuminated at the beginning.
All right.
Actually, he's like, yeah, rundown. Me and one of my partners were here on a little job.
Hmm.
Kind of keeping a little bit of an eye on the city because things are going a little weird. And so I think they caught up with Sophie.
Sophia, yes.
Yeah, so Sophia. And they're explaining things, and Blair got the other guy,
Doug.
Dr. Worm.
And yeah, and it's anyways, let's go.
Right.
My name's Loon, by the way.
Forgive me, Cognition Mariner. He holds out his hand.
You know, I just shakes it. It's a very exaggerated shake. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Yelsi.
Yelsie gives his hand the stink eye.
He holds
Nope.
out his hand to her anyways for a shake because she thinks these guys are into shaking hands.
Alright.
Elsie.
Yeah.
Blair.
Oh, she's just shy, isn't she? It's all right.
Blair looks at Yelsey. He is a friend.
He's stinky.
Well, I'm stinky too sometimes.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, Cognition laughs at that.
Blair, there's time and place. There's time and place. Not
For
time and
stink.
place.
I
Yes.
see.
Well, Blair just sort of shrugs. Okay, here's the place. Inside, there's more privacy in there. And you all gather back up.
Yeah. Let's get down to the real business before we goof about it.
Okay, so
Yelsey is very obviously looking for Mistral.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Where is he? Why is everyone here but not Mistral?
He's been arrested. Do you know?
Yelsey has the thinking face, like she's trying to figure out if the word arrested has changed meanings since she learned it. Because there's no way Mistral could be arrested.
Sophia, if
Right.
you'd care to explain since you were there.
Yeah, Sophia does a big, takes a deep breath, looks real sad, and explains the situation.
Okay. Well, surely there's been some sort of misunderstanding. We should go and clear it up, right?
She looks at Cognition, almost like, oh, you sweet thing.
There is not much point in talking to these city guards. We kind of got a little corruption situation going on while the
Oh.
Sultana is away.
Who wants to grab Yelsey's neck and or pick her up?
Flair will.
Okay, you stop Yelsey from leaving. Congratulations.
It's worse than corruption. We can deal with corruption. We have money, but
Oh, you sweet summer child. That would.
this is something else.
This is Air Standard speaks up. Forgive me, Gabe. I'll give you a debriefing on what's happening, and you can be Air Standard next time.
Sure.
This is a bit more than just mortal corruption. This is something that was planned well in advance. I mean, there might be murder to the officials. Not fully sure on that one yet, but this all happened way too smoothly for it to not just immediately happen when the Sultana went to the ward site. This has been planned for a while, so we need to come up with a plan of attack, get your friend out, and then...
It's to be a decampment, right. That
Yelsey
changes everything.
wiggles and mutters under her breath, "Attack is the plan."
While I agree with you, Yelsey, it's...
Yelsey looks amazed that Arishander knows her name.
No, this is Flair talking to her.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I don't do our Standard's voice. But Air Standard continues. It's not really something that can be handled immediately by all of us, but we can at least get you guys out of the city and the situation into better hands.
Yelsey looks horrified.
We could at least do a little jailbreak for the friend, right? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if I get too deep in this, I'm going to cause a political incident, but several other people around here.
Flair speaks up. Yeah, I wouldn't want the High Oracle of Erelon interfering in Calistan business.
Yeah.
Yelsey mumbles, "Yeah, he's high."
Doug kind of makes the confused face because he hasn't had Erelon news for a long time. He's like, a high Oracle.
He's one of them.
Yeah, it's a couple years now. Circle of stars. I'm not at the table a lot. It's look. Anyways, that doesn't matter right now. We need to get your friend out.
Yeah, we definitely have to. But the thing is that Sultana's guard is frustratingly good against magical brute force tactics.
Then we'll have to go non-magical.
We need to
Simple
use
as that.
mundane means.
Yelsey cracks her knuckles and wiggles her toes.
I could turn several people into a rat, or would that count as being too magic?
I mean, you know, they absorb spells. So unless we attack them as magical rats, I think we should be able to get in.
Have they any pipes, aqueducts, anything of the sort in the palace?
Oh, there is a very intricate sewer system below Calistan.
I see.
The aqueduct
I mean, we don't
actually...
really have a map of which toilet you're coming out of, but not a bad idea.
Here, this is just going pear-shaped. A lot faster than I thought. I thought we were at least going to get out of the city. but as soon as I saw less guards at the front, then, well, that was passing strange. Anyways, let's see here. He sort of scratches his head and then pulls out a bag, and it has just a blank sheet of paper, and he pulls out a quill and draws the perimeter of the palace. Did you guys catch a look at the? Is there at least less guards at the palace?
Is there, Michael?
There were more guards at the palace, right?
Correct.
No,
Alright.
there's more of them there. Seems as that's where they're focusing all of their manpower.
They must
Well,
be hiding something in the palace then.
it's always the palace. They can never just keep it in some dingy, rundown bar. Always the palace.
The palace is where the gold is, my man.
It's the seat of power in the city.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense
Where all
for
the
them to
paperwork
take it.
is.
Well, there's more guards than if we're following the rat plan, then this is gonna be a little strange if we're all rats.
I think, as maybe inadvised as this may be, our best plan of attack would be to distract them with one team, while the others use that distraction to sneak in and get Mistral out.
Yelsey's eyes fucking sparkle.
Oh.
And she
Think
hangs,
about it.
she hangs limply in Flair's arms as she, like, puppy dog eyes
Yeah.
the word distraction.
Do you want to be part of the distraction team, Yels?
She looks up at Flair, eyes sparkling, and nods her head.
It would work out. Stealth is not her forte. Not saying she can't, but
Right.
a natural environment, certainly. A city.
Alright. And Cognition, would you like to be... Well, you're one of the medics.
Right.
Well, you are the medic, and then we have the cleric, and I prefer to not put a loon in the public eye.
It
No.
sounds like there are some political implications to that, so perhaps not.
Yeah,
I get yelled at again.
If they can absorb magic, perhaps I should go
With the team
to
going
Mistral.
in.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. So I said the rat plan, but I think we could also do probably a fog cloud situation, which might be more obviously magical, but would be able to let you slip through cracks.
Hmm.
So,
Whatever we decide, I think Yelsey, Doug, and I should be the distraction team, since we are the most magically inclined of our group.
How long does the rat bell last?
I think it's an hour.
No.
I don't think you can. I'm not sure if the upcast was changing the amount of time or changing the
the
hold
amount
on.
of people, I think.
Okay. Lasts an hour.
Right.
Alright.
So just make sure once the timer feels like it's getting close, you should probably stay out of rat-sized tunnels and get into more person-sized tunnels. Is all I'm gonna say.
He looks interested, like there's a lot of questions he wants to ask, but now's not the time.
Alright, so Sophia, Doug, and Yelsi are Team Destruction? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Great. Then I'll slip in with Cog. Airstander, you can probably help from further away, the Destruction team. And then Elune,
Okay, keep
you...
hot on the comms. We need someone to communicate.
Yeah. Alright. Well, let's hope that this all goes smoothly, and then... I don't know. Get out of the city. Turn this over to...
We need to find the Sultana.
Right.
I think Airstander mentioned the Sultana being away.
Didn't
Yes,
they?
she's at the ward site.
Yeah, so you guys are already planning to head to the ward site, right? So, like, two birds, one stone. You just have to get Mithril out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Mistral.
Mistral.
Alright. Okay, well, we have a plan. All that's left is to execute it. Does anyone need to make any sort of preparations?
I think as far as distracting spells go, I have that covered.
I don't know if this will help, but I had found cloaks for everyone. Perhaps if you need to blend into the crowd. He pulls them out of his bag.
Oh, how thoughtful.
Thank you. Doug pulls it up. It's a much lighter jacket and cloak, whatever, than what he's currently wearing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk
just
over
like,
to Cog. I'm gonna cast Death Ward on Cog. Just in case. Hopefully we don't need it, you know?
What does that one do?
If you were to fall in battle, this would protect you.
Oh. That's quite sweet, thank you.
I sincerely hope you won't need it, and I sincerely hope it will still work on the castle grounds, on the palace grounds.
Well, I'll try my best not to test it.
Alright, Flare turns to Airstander. Anything your eyes can see about this going, good or bad? Airstander thinks for a moment. Should any plan survive first contact with the enemy, then I think we're looking at some wheel instead of woe this time. Well, that's good. Do some wheel.
If
Wheeling and dealing.
so, if how long does Scry last 10 minutes, right?
Oh boy.
He does have a bowl, doesn't he?
Sorry. I'm looking at the spell. Scrying. Yeah. It takes 10 minutes to cast, and how long
lasts
does it
10 minutes.
Last 10 minutes. Probably takes too long to cast, because he could probably use his portent through Scry, but you'd have to know when that would be, like, the best time to use it would be. And I don't think that's I don't think that's feasible.
It would require some mind-boggling teamwork, but I don't think we'll need it that much. but
Don't
with
put just hand
plain
wave. It's magic. Magic item. It does the thing we need it to do.
Well, so if I don't know what magic items Elune or spells Elune and Aristander have. If they can communicate
Yeah,
with,
that's true.
if either of them can communicate telepathically with others, they'd
We
be able
have
to.
Blair's Cellstone number, so we can ring him up.
That's fair.
Be like, buddy, are you there yet?
You could just keep a call open
Yeah.
the whole time. That would be funny.
Fucking live streaming,
Yeah.
live
Basically.
blogging or whatever.
Can you believe this chat?
Chat lock in. We're gonna lock in.
That's my only thing because Aristander's a divination wizard, but outside of that, I cannot think of anything else. Oh, isn't there that spell? Hold on.
Ooh, that spell.
The spell that gives somebody a luck point, basically.
Fortune's favor.
Yeah. I mean, that's a second level spell. It lasts for an hour. And if Aristander wants to use it at a higher spell level, they can cast it on more than one person.
That's up to you.
It's not up to me. I don't have his character sheet.
Aristander has access to quite the amount of spells.
I mean, it would make sense.
All right. How many of them are, or how many of us are there?
I would imagine it would be best to use it on the team that is going in. So, casting it on Flare, Cog. Is anyone else going in with them? Is it just Flare and Cog?
Isn't Aristander going in?
No.
No, okay. Oh, it's just
That
us.
boy too wizard.
Yeah, so then, yeah, just a third level Fortune's Favor.
Okay. Aw, you shouldn't have. Honestly, if you want to go up to 6, you can just give everyone it.
That's fair. You could give everybody basically a luck point.
Alright. And Flare just sort of, Alright. Let's get ready to move out. You see he looks with a bit of purpose towards, Elune. I know you're not taking direct part in this, but
If you
stay
guys get in
safe.
trouble, find a tree or something. I can grab you. Or a patch of grass.
Huh.
Doesn't
This is
have to
very
be
different.
a tree.
No, it just has to be big enough that a person can fit through it.
Huh. Alright, well. If things go pear-shaped and you do get us out of this, I owe you some really good weed.
You owe me a lot more weed, I tell you what, but let's focus on the task at hand.
Alright. Then he looks towards Cog, grins. Let's go get in position. They smack the loon on the ass.
Be safe.
Let's go stir up some trouble, shall we?
If I'm being safe, I'm not being Flare.
Truth.
Hmm.
He speaks truth.
Looks just like, can we just get going before Mistral rots in a jail cell?
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to pick up next week. with
Okay.
combination between Mistral or combat between Mistral and a lesser Rakshasa. See what he can do.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, me.
Boy, I sure hope Mistral's gonna be okay.
I hope so.
My good friend Mineral.
I can't believe they arrested Mistral. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Don't they know he's got a credit score of 900?
He's our good
Oh,
my
Mistral,
God.
have you tried telling the Rakshasa that you have a credit score of 900?
Oh
Maybe he's gonna be like, oh shit, I didn't know you were cool like that.
He wants to steal Mistral's identity.
You gotta try, Riley. Yeah, he's not gonna hurt you if he needs you alive to steal your identity.
He's gonna sign up a loan under your name.
He's gonna use your
Buy
Amazon
himself
Prime
a
account.
car. No.
No.
Riley, you there?
Yeah, Riley's
He's
on
on
his
his
phone.
phone.
Oh, okay.
You guys dubbed the first team Team Distraction, and in my notes, the other team is called Team Abscond Weatherboy.
That's very good.
That's very good.
Okay, I'm gonna stop
So it
sharing.
would be Abscond with Weatherboy, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't you like to know?